Alright, let's do this. A raincoat on and everything. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing great. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'd like to do more of what I did yesterday. Which is talk about things instead of talk more about ideas. How does that say? Geniuses talk ideas. Oh my God! I'm not a genius. How's it go? It goes. Geniuses talk about ideas. Smart people talk about things, and idiots talk about people. Is that how that goes? Which I think therapists probably Oh, my clients are fucking idiots. Oh, look, I'm talking about people, so am I. Yay! Oh, I can't think of it. I wish I could remember that expression. It's not very well thought out. That's and if you break it down, I think Eleanor Roosevelt said it. But if you break it down, it's not a very smart concept because they're talking about what people do. So you're talking about people. Like, it defeats the purpose. Does that make sense? Hey, it's clever. Oh. Oh, and people who like follow those things, like one size fits all, you know. Sorry. Wouldn't be anybody who watches me. You guys are freaking crazy. So. And even if you had that opinion, you're still crazy. You're still crazy enough to watch it. I think it's one of the things that I'm enjoying with the morning commutes is that you don't see. I'm not giving you. I'm gonna try to put this the right way. What? Even though this is raw, I'm not giving you like all sunshine. I'm not gonna blow sunshine up anybody's ass. That's not who I am. But even if I were. I think that's why, like, you know, when I had that conversation when I first started streaming, and just so you know, I think I think it is the real reason why I got suspended from Twitch. They just had the excuse, and the person who complained about me, I don't know if it was a big deal or not. It might have meant the world to them. It might have meant the entire world to them, you know, to put in that complaint because they felt that they were in the right. Who am I to speak about what trans people go through? I don't know what trans people go through. I don't. I can't even fathom it. It's on a totally different level than where I'm at. The one thing that I like that a person who is trans is a person who is trying to discover who they are. And if that means that they have to do it physically, that means that they have to do it physically. It's their journey. And why we have to separate them out as a different freaking part of the human race, I mean, that's like, it's beyond me. Being a person who's trying to, you know, find themselves, and that's who they are. They physically are misgendered. I mean, that's something that should be celebrated. Something that should be. At least I think that way. Feel like you should, and if people who are not trans or jealous of trans people, I don't know what the freaking, why they have to single them out. I think it's one of the reasons why, like, I feel kind of like by myself. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf at work. But I feel like it's one of the reasons why I don't feel I have the support. It's because, like, I support these things. Non-binary, gender fluid, and all the other things, you know. If you're gender fluid, that's what you like. Is that how that works? I don't even know how that is. I don't know. Yeah. My small little pea brain does not understand a lot of things. I just understand that, you know, I've said this a million times, and I'm going to say it right now because it is one of my core beliefs, is that love was the answer, love is the answer, and love will always be the answer. So if you aren't showing love somebody who is different in any way than then you are finding it wrong. You are looking at the wrong answer. And hatred, jealousy is really hatred. say it. Where I fail is where my distrust of bullies. I don't know what the bully's going through. I don't know what led them to the need for control over me. I don't know all that stuff. And you know what? I personally don't care, because once it starts affecting me and the person's a bully, that's how I freaking feel. I don't think that people are 100% bullies their entire life. Some people are, I guess. I guess that could exist. I don't know. But the need to control others is not one of my strong things. Only because I see them, fueled by hatred, jealousy, all that stuff. But I have that. I'm not completely, I have that towards bullies. I mean, when I was still a teenager into young adulthood, I thought, I thought for many years of like my adolescence too, that I needed to bully back. I needed to bully the bullies. I needed to show them the hatred that they're showing me. I needed to do all that stuff. It's like, I'm not saying that that anybody who, especially if you're in a toxic relationship and the person is taking control of you, I am not saying that you should stay in that relationship ever. But look where love is. I mean, do it for them. That's how I would look at it. I have been in toxic relationships. I know for myself. Can't speak for you, but I know in myself that I have to get out of the relationship, not just for me, but for them. Hopefully they find somebody who they don't need to have control over, who they don't need to, treat like property. I used to. I was that age, I didn't think I was ever going to get married, because the way my relationships were working is that I felt that here is this loving, caring person that I started a relationship with, and by the time the relationship ended, and this is almost with all of them, even the 2-week relationships, which I had a lot of, even those toxic relationships that I was in, I didn't start dating them because I thought that they were, being cruel or whatever, but damn if it didn't end that way. And the only constant in it was me. I am the reason. And it took me a long time to realize that it's not just mercy, but it's the actual love that I feel for them, that I have to get out of it. And as painful and all that other stuff that it was, I have to make the break. I'm not saying that I was always the one making the break. But the relationship has to end for both of always got to preface that. For me, love is always the answer. And if you do it out of love, you know it's going to be the right answer. Take all the good things and wonderful things in the relationship, and if it's all gone south, if it's all gotten sour, you have to make the decision whether it's worth fighting to try to get back with love, or whether it's time that, you know, not just for your sake, but for their sake as well. When I was bullying the bullies, it was consuming. Hatred just doesn't stop taking. It was very consuming. And scary enough to say that there was a Marvel character named the Punisher that showed me how consuming it can get. And that was the path that I was going down. This is who I am. You know, I already knew this, the person I am now. I was going to be this way. I had no clue. I had to grow into it. And sometimes it's painful. It would be extremely painful again if some of my core beliefs, things that I believe as true, somebody presented a better argument. I mean, I have certain core beliefs that it's because it's me that they're unshakable. Yeah, it's the hill I will die on, but that's where I die. Close to even now, because I feel like I'm kind of a hypocrite in, you know, thinking that I'm a Democrat. That's crazy. That's crazy thinking. Agree with the fact that the Democrats think that in order to try to save the Union, they have to allow bad bills to go through. They have to allow this horrendous thing to happen. Just so you know, the Republicans have shut down the government several times, and it was awful. every single time. And yeah, they don't want to. They want to basically, close off all of the access. I'm a person, if you really want to, slash the budget, cut the salaries. Cut off their ability to make millions of dollars off freaking, corporations and stuff like that. Our lawmakers, cut that shit out. Will they do that? No, because I'm asking them to freaking, lose their pay. And that goes to Democrats as well. It is one of the main reasons why everybody thinks that they're the same, that there's no difference. I hope they now can see it, but I don't think they answer the question with love. Being free shouldn't be an ideal. It shouldn't be something that we're striving to. Being free should just be. We should just be free. This country was founded on throwing out a tyrant. Only to, 250 years later, elect a tyrant to be our president. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. But that's how we set this up. I don't know what everybody's going through. I don't know what everybody feels. I don't know where anybody finds happiness. I don't know where your joys are. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't. I used to think that I could actually just write like a self-help book, because so many people have. I have the formula. The formula to do it. And I could easily write a self-help book. Would it be good? As good as every self-help book out there. Maybe better. Will it accomplish what it's supposed to accomplish? this isn't for you. Hopefully you can find someplace in your life where you can allow diverse opinions and, you know, conflict and confrontation. Hopefully you can see the incredible, you know, things in other people's cultures and how they survived and how they thrive now. And add that to it. Hopefully we can live in a country, you live in a country where you can be free to express that about that. Repeat that. Without worrying about being arrested or oppressed or forced to fit somebody else's idea. It is the reason why I gave up religion. People hear that I gave up religion, I gave up, you know, kind of like what the structural belief system, because I have my own belief systems. You know, they haven't gone away. I just don't have a pulpit or place to, you know, spew my freaking nonsense. But I gave up religion. And the main reason that I gave up religion is because I don't want it. I don't want my spirituality to be limited. I don't want my connection to the universe to be in this one little, you know, what do you call? My plug came out, so my phone is probably dying right now. There we go. How's that? Much better? Much better. I lost my train of thought, but I don't want my connection to the universe to be, you know, kind of pigeonholed into one little must-have, must-be, you know, and I don't want my life to be based on the salvation of what's going to happen afterwards, the eternity. I don't want to be a good person just because it's going to get me into heaven and I'll be in paradise for the rest of my life. In fact, I don't want the paradise. I'd rather this world have less bullies in it now. But I think we can make it here. I think this is where we make it happen. This is where love becomes more important than ever. What good is love in heaven? What good is love in hell? What happens afterwards? I don't know. You might have the answer to that, but I don't. I don't know what happens afterwards. I don't even know if you're a wandering spirit. I don't know if you can muster up the energy to become a ghost or a vampire, like I said yesterday. I don't know. I don't know if human beings are like that. this is it. This is your one shot. This is my one shot. And for better or worse, we gotta make the best of it because this is it. All right. As always, cool beans in the comments below. Thank you for watching all the way to this point. You are crazy. I love it. That's one of the things I love most about you. Thank you for being crazy. And everything I just said, all this, craziness that I'm talking. Tomorrow I might have a different view. Maybe not, but I might have a different view tomorrow. Maybe. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're finding what makes you happy, and I'm hoping you're able to do that. Be that. And I would love to get to know you. I think somebody once said, don't yuck up somebody else's yum. And you know what? I was always wondering if somebody would share their yum with me. And maybe that's what love really is. I share my yum with you. I will. It's never perfect, but I will share it with you. I hope you're having a great day. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope it's fan-freaking-tastic. Alright? You have a great one. And I will talk to you tomorrow.